till she joins.
Okay.
So, yeah, that is the problem, Lata. See, the thing is, two of the major obstacles. One is that you have lot of things in the scriptures, but it doesn't
Hmm.
say how you should do it.
Yeah, that anyway, that guru only has to initiate. Otherwise, you cannot do that. How to practice is not documented anywhere.
Yes, that's the first problem. Second problem is how to find a guru now.
Yep.
So for the two house, there is no answer.
Yes.
So it's like now you are finding a needle in a haystack.
Hmm.
You know that you want to find a needle, and you know that it has fallen somewhere here, and but where?
Yeah, that's a problem. I think it will when the time is ready, the guru will appear.
And that is a better way to say, because now we are helpless. See,
Correct.
now the question comes that why am I not ready?
Hmm.
And how will I know that I'm ready? So the guru can come.
Yes. Yes.
So Shankaracharya eliminated the need of guru actually.
Hmm.
To be honest.
Correct.
But we are again gone back to that. That's the most saddest part.
Yeah, that is right. See, if you want to practice Kriya Yoga, that's where you feel that you will need a guru because it is not mentioned anywhere how to do it. But you can find on your own probably.
No, actually, if you go by Shankara teaching, it's very clearly stated that if there is some secret,
Hmm.
that even if you only come to me and then I will explain to you,
Hmm.
then better don't do that.
Yeah, correct.
But why are we doing it then?
We are not gone anywhere, no? So we
No,
are
you're
not
not
gone
gone
in search of
anywhere.
any gurus.
But that
Have we?
no, but the yearning for doing that is always there, right? There is a something dissatisfaction that if I find a guru, everything will become all right.
Now I don't have that feeling actually.
Now you don't have that feeling, but then now let us say if you were to finish that Kriya Yoga book, and then you want to follow Kriya Yoga. Now what do you want to do?
No, I had already ruled out in my mind Kriya Yoga is not my path.
Okay, then it's fine. Because see, I'll tell you what, the more we read or intellectualize or do something of that, the farther we get. So what we need to do is that we need to take one, investigate it ourselves deeper
Hmm.
as a full time,
Yep.
as a full time thing. Meaning, let us say today is Saturday, okay, and I'll dedicate like an office 8 hours on this,
Hmm.
and then only it works.
Yeah, correct. So I have been doing like that for some time, and
One
for the
one minute,
last
one minute.
yeah.
Even Padma Shri is not there, Lata.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to see whether she's going to join or not.
Yep.
Maybe she has forgotten.
Yeah, you can just check with her.
Let me send her a message. I've sent her a message, so let's wait. Yeah, I was also seeing the video which you sent. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it completely, but I was seeing that the science video, quantum mechanics. Vilas, are you there?
Yeah, Lata, my son came with whatever he wanted to talk to me, so I just got
Aha, okay,
distracted.
okay, fine.
177 agala uncle and curry. One minute, Lata, I'll just come.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, it is solved.
Okay.
Is she going to join? No.
No idea. So
No
let's
idea.
see. I have sent a message. So just
Okay.
waiting for her response.
Actually, yesterday what I've sent is that how.
Yeah, she will join. She completely forgot.
Oh,
She'll join a few minutes.
yesterday that video or day before yesterday, whenever I sent that, is about. I think it is yesterday. It is about
Not
how we
not
can see.
yesterday. Yeah.
Day before yesterday.
Yep.
So we can look at from Einstein and Niels Bohr experiment, and you can see that how deterministic and what I can say, predetermined and predestined. Is it true? If we go by Einstein version, then it is predetermined and predestined. If you have in a box a glove of right, you're predestined to find the another glove of left in another box, whether it is can be in one gloves in moon and another gloves on earth.
Hmm.
So he called that as a spooky at a distance.
Yes.
So that is what is predetermined and predestined. And Niels Bohr's argument is if you have two coins and you were to turn the coin, if one turns head, another definitely turns tails.
Tail.
And that knowledge will come only at runtime, meaning when that happens, not before that. Which is very true.
So that means a possibility exists whether that particular coin has to be head or tail. It is not prefixed.
It is not predetermined, and that's the reason prarabdha can be changed. The body will continue, but the mind can be changed. If we say prarabdha is predetermined, let us say you're predetermined to become something, and there's no way you can change it.
Yeah, so that's what I was also thinking. For example, in this prarabdha karma for me or for anybody, for example, is to get a lot of prosperity, wealth, and so on. And then knowing that you simply sit without doing anything. Will that happen?
It will never happen.
Yeah, so there should be some effort.
Yes.
Put in.
Yes. And the moment you put in effort, things will change.
Yeah.
So then the prarabdha is not operational, right?
No, what I'm trying to say is if there is the prarabdha is that you have to create a lot of wealth. And if you don't do anything and simply sit, then the wealth will not get created. Right?
Not only that, if the moment you do something, they say even that was predestined. That means your effort putting also was predetermined.
Yep.
If you don't put effort, they say that you're not doing effort also was predetermined. That is false.
Correct.
And that is where we have not understood karma philosophy. And that is the reason I sent that video, because mathematically you can understand karma philosophy, if not the philosophical route. But it is right. You cannot sit quietly And I say that, yeah, prarabdha is there, so it will happen.
Yeah, because why I was thinking that way is Shankaracharya was telling. Yeah, so you focus your spiritual journey, and the prarabdha will take care of your body and the current life.
Yes, see,
In Vivekachudamani.
yes, only the body is prarabdha. People are associating mind also as prarabdha. That is the problem. I've been repeating this many times when Bhatt or Padma Shri asks about it. It is the body which is prarabdha karma, not the mind. How you're going to possess the body is determined by the prarabdha.
Mm.
See, we have genetics, right? And the DNA and all of that. And you have predisposition, right? That is
Yes.
prarabdha.
Mm.
But you can change it. By taking medicines, by having a different lifestyle, you can change from whatever it is to something else, right? But you will not be able to eliminate them. The question is, can I eliminate my prarabdha karma? Answer is no, because it affects the body. You cannot. But can I bypass a lot of things in prarabdha? Yes, you can. See, let us say um, my parents had a weaker lungs and weaker heart. Definitely, my prarabdha karma would be that I will also have predisposition for lung diseases and heart disease. So let us say I take to smoking. Now it was waiting for an opportunity for the disease to manifest. Right. Now it got an opportunity. For another person, his prarabdha has got nothing to do with lung infection. So even though we both are smoking, I am smoking only 2 cigarettes a day and he is smoking 8 cigarettes a day. He will not get anything, but I will get all kind of things. Because I have a predisposition in the family for lung diseases. And smoking causes lung disease. Now I can't compare with that friend of mine saying that, look, he smokes 8 cigarettes or 10 cigarettes. I'm only smoking 2 cigarettes. Why it should do like that? This one. And secondly, there are people who eat sweets every day. Nothing happens to them. I eat sweet once in a while, once in a blue moon, and that also creates a lot of issues. So this predisposition thing is prarabdha. Good morning, Padma Shri.
Morning, Vilas. Morning, Blessing.
Morning.
So the basis of thing is that it is not, neither it is predispositioned and predetermined. Sorry, it is not predetermined and you have predestined. They both are not there at all. And that is the experiment. Scientifically, it proves that Einstein was wrong. Because from the Einstein theory of relativity, if you apply that and the photoelectric effect, if you were to apply that rules also, you will come to a conclusion that if something is happening in one place, it is going to definitely happen in another place, because it's already predetermined. Like the gloves, if you find one right glove in one place, and the left glove will certainly be there somewhere else, for sure. Presently it is not identified, but the day the identification happens, you will come to know that it was there. So it's going to be a spooky thing happening.
But so how we understand this, all the possibilities exist till the time that event happens. The different possibilities. At the moment it happens, that is when it gets fixed. Okay, this is what is going to happen. Till that time, the possibilities only exist.
Yes, everything is a possibility.
Same way with the prarabdha, you have a set of possibilities.
Yes, it is a set
And
of possibilities. The only difference in the prarabdha is that not only it is possibility, the eventuality is also there. Eventually, it will happen if gone on that path.
yeah, so there are 5 opportunities, and you can choose which path you want to take,
Yes,
and then one you anyway choose. That's the eventuality,
yes,
and that related consequences will happen.
exactly. That is what it is all about. Once you choose one, the remaining four will go away. They're no longer there. So Einstein had asked a question. What do you mean to say that if I don't look at the moon doesn't exist? And in reality, yes, that is the answer. That if you don't look at the moon, no moon exists.
So that is a thing. So the light is act as a wave and also as a particle.
Correct.
So when you don't look, when nobody is looking, it is like a wave.
Yes. The moment
When
you look,
somebody is looking,
it
then
becomes
it becomes
particle.
a particle.
Correct. Very correct. So the determination and destination, that is predestined and predetermined, happens when it turns itself into particle. If it is not, then it will remain as abundance possibility like the wave.
So
Wave,
that's the reason
yes,
when we have a single pointed thought that I want to achieve that,
it's going to happen because it turns
it is
into
going to happen. It turns into a particle.
particle, and it works.
Mm.
This is the
Yeah, that's an interesting thing.
yes. Otherwise, you will not get liberated. If it is predetermined and predestined, how will you liberate then?
Mm.
It's already determined, right?
Yes.
Meaning, we are agreeing in principle that everything is a particle. The place it is going to hit is already determined,
Mm.
and then it doesn't change course. It just go and hit wherever it is going to hit. So in Vedanta, they compare this to a arrow which has already got shot, right? So it is already moved, and it is going at one particular speed and distance it is covering. If you stand there, you are going to get killed. But if you were to move, you will not. But you cannot remove that arrow which has already moved from that place. Okay, so this is prarabdha. But then prarabdha is for the body, not for the mind. There is no concept of prarabdha, sanchita, and agami karma in mind. Because past, present, future don't exist. If the mind becomes one pointed, the three states goes away.
Yeah, but the mind is always moving. So then it
Ha.
goes,
Yes.
then all these three will go along with it.
Exactly. As long as there is movement, it is going to be like that. It is going to apply.
So that is the concept of meditation also. So all this wavy pattern of mind, we are trying to make it
Particle.
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 And that's what you see. Actually, when they were showing that experiment, that slit experiment,
Correct. Double slit
a
experiment.
single electron, you are firing to that slit, and in that screen you will see one white dot.
Correct.
Right. That's the same white dot I see. So what is that? So that is the mind which has become a particle, or
No. Mind has the chittas. Each chitta is a particle.
okay.
Now they are in vritti, means they are in waves. So they are there everywhere. The moment you watch the mind, it becomes particle. And if you keep on watching, even the particle goes away. It will get frozen. So that there is no time.
Okay.
If there is no time, there is no space. So desha kala is also removed. Then you are what you are. No death. You are going to cut time and space dimension. So the dot, sorry.
I have not reached that state.
I know that you are not reached that state, but that is the state when the dot also does not exist. And from the dot, you are creating the wave pattern. And the wave pattern is what we call as relationship. That is the nama. Now, one person is taking multiple roles and believes that it is true, not knowing it is false. So that is the illusion. So you remove the wave, it becomes all right. That means you can only play one role.
Yeah. So we have this light as particle or as wave.
It will operate as both.
When it will be manifesting as both. So when it is a wave, is when there is a movement.
Correct.
Right, and that movement is what creates sound.
It creates everything.
And then from the sound, everything comes.
Yes, and that is the reason Om is a starting.
That's the reason Om is a starting. So from that primordial sound, the forms and the names and all that are created.
Yes.
Okay. So why it turns into a particle and why it turns into a wave is the question we don't have answer to.
You will never get that. You can only say that, yes, you can only find out that, yes, the light photons will work as both particle and a wave. That's what it is. So even if you were to remove everything, still photons are going to exist. So there can't be anything called as vacuum.
Yeah, correct. That we have seen in the first video.
Yeah, that you've seen in the first video. Now that cannot be done. So what can be done then is the question. If you want to meet consciousness, then you should not exist. That means you should not be a measurable element at all. Because if that is the reason you see in Sanskrit they use a very beautiful expression called as aprameya. Immeasurable. You cannot measure. The moment you measure, you will see the particle. And generally it is a wave. So now both are not there. Now what happens? You don't exist. And you're
so you are not the particle and you're not the wave.
You are nothing. You have moved the dimension.
Yeah. So right now, maximum we can understand with our intellect is only this particle and wave. So beyond that, we cannot understand.
Yes, and that is what science is trying to find out because they don't see consciousness. They only see matter. The maximum you can think about matter is particle and wave. And then try to extrapolate that into the universe and say that this is how universe is also made up of. It is consisting of dark matter, and we don't know what the dark matter consists of. It looks like a black hole, but we don't know what it is. It has got gravitation. It has got everything. I don't know how it is attracting. And these are the theories what we can come up with from mathematics. We can prove it, and this is what it is. That is what it is. All that can be done. That's a max. We can go. Maybe our scientist Padma Shri can explain more.
Vilas, I don't know so much.
No, Padma Shri, you are a science person, so I thought better you can also contribute. I'm not trying to pull your leg. I'm just saying that you've been reading a lot of things on that.
No, this one I have not read. Not read much.
Okay. That's the most safest answer you can give.
Yeah, now they are coming with this quantum computing and all, no?
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but
the interesting thing about anything in quanta is that it can change at runtime.
Hmm.
Anything in quanta, you cannot really say this is what it is. So Einstein got puzzled with his own experiment. He first used quanta earlier to his relativity theory, and then he stopped that because he was thinking that he is hallucinating. So he wanted to prove something which can be sensed, made some sense, which is within the time and space dimension. The moment you go into quanta, anything can be uh, visualized or anything can happen.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a wonder that when you go to that lower level, everything is unpredictable. And then once you come to this world, everything looks stable.
But it is not. See, we've
Yeah,
been.
but you see, it looks stable, right?
It looks no. It appears stable in the mind. It's definitely not stable. And see, the problem statement is two: insecurity, instability, and both are appearing because the particles and the wave, what is there, they both are unstable and unpredictable. Simple. So you really cannot predict anything.
Mm.
And we keep on predicting. That's the thing.
Correct. So we try to make it predictable.
Yes, we try to make it predictable in the mind because we want to see it's a wavery pattern and we don't know where this wave is going to go. So we want it to be in the particle. So the moment measurement is brought about in quantum, it turns itself into a particle. So now you can measure. But the nature is both particle and wave.
Mm.
The movement is created by Purusha, but by itself has got no gunas. So the thing is that the wave and particle are part of Prakriti. But the movement, only the movement, is the Purusha. Now we are trying to measure the movement. It is impossible. So, which cannot be done. And that's where we are all stuck in science. That we are trying to find where the consciousness is, how this movement is possible. So we put that to the Prakriti. The Prakriti is moving. If Prakriti is moving, then how can you create stability? So we want to create something in monetary terms to be stable. So let's say life is unpredictable and insecure. So what do you do? Security. Have money. One, insurance on the other. So you can predict, let's say corona insurance. So you can predict, oh, corona might come and it might cause me so much of damage to my pocket. So maybe I will go with corona insurance. But the pain you have to undergo. In insuring also you have to undergo, and the bodily pain also the one has to undergo. That cannot be transferred. So the unpredictability and insecurity cannot be removed at all. Even though it seems to be the case, I buy some properties because that it makes me feel secure. If something bad happens, then I can sell the property and then be happy. But the day I need to sell the property, I will not do it. I'll try to take a loan. I think, Lata, there is a lot of background noise.
Oh, is it? So I will mute.
Yeah, now it is fine. So we would like to do something about these two things and can never be done. No matter whatever project management we learn, agile we learn, and this we learn, that we learn, or whatever management schools we can go, but these two things cannot be done because they are part of particle and wave. So you cannot do anything about it. So we have to accept to the fact that it's going to be insecure and unpredictable. Yeah, Lata, any question?
No.
Okay, so then what do we do? It's 9:04. So we'll start with Bhagavad Gita.
Yep, we can do that.
Okay, so the 10 chapters, they talk about glories, and glories is not a right word to be used in English for vibhuti. Actually, vibhuti means what can the consciousness do versus what it cannot do. So Krishna explains on what the consciousness can do. So if we go by that, we can say that there is no limit in consciousness. Whatever is supposed to be cannot be done is done through consciousness. So he says that I shall tell you what all can be done. And he says that even the rishis and the devas do not know this. Suraganaha, so they say these beings who are endowed with a natural capacity to know things which are divine. They know it is from divine, but still they cannot know fully. Even the Saptarishis, they cannot also know. Now the question comes, why? Just like the particle and wave theory, which has come from particle and wave, which is part of Prakriti, and the movement is from Purusha. Similarly, the vibhuti, or the way consciousness can do, is way beyond anybody's comprehension because they have come from that same source. So the cause is more stronger than the effect, always. So the anything what we called as a functional world can never be able to see how non-functional was created. You can only know about functional. So what Arjuna has to know, or a person who has reached an Arjuna level of wisdom has to know, is that not to ask further beyond this functional. It's better to end up with functional, that is how it functions. And try to merge oneself with that non-functional, because that you have understood functional. So it is better that way. So the third verse, if I were to go through that, is to understand that non-functional. So he says that yaha mam ajam anadim cha vetti loka maheshwaram asam mudaha saha martyeshu sarva papaihi pramuchyate. So that which is beginningless and unborn. And if the person were to know that, meaning there is something which is beyond, and he keep it like that. So example if I can give you is, when I am doing this awareness meditation, I will put consciousness as something which is watching. Now in that all actions are happening. That makes things totally different in meditation. So there are people who are attending today on meditation, and They might not be able to do that, but a day will come when they are themselves able to do that. The meditation process will not change, but suddenly you will see that somebody else is watching it. The day that experience happens, it will change the whole dimension, because from that day onwards this person is changed, he is on a different track. So then while walking you can do that. While like yesterday I was going on my two-wheeler, so to Banarghatta road, so I was just watching everything moving. The road is moving, the people are moving, buildings are moving, everything is moving, and the vehicle is also moving, I am also moving, the breath is also moving, all are moving. And this movement is consciousness. But if I stay in that consciousness, now when you sit on a vehicle or a car or a scooter or whatever it is, you seem fixed and everything else is moving. And that is how Maya works. But if I were to do the other way around, both are moving. You are also moving, then that is also moving. Then that is what you will experience as consciousness. It's very difficult to show also, because there is nothing to show. But the feeling what you get is totally different. You cannot measure that feeling, and you will be instantly happy. That blissful experience will be there throughout. So from the time I started my bike at my home to the time I reached that place, I was enjoying the ride, because I am also moving along with that. Able to understand, or have a question or something like that?
Yeah, I understood. So I was thinking in a way that you, the awareness, are not moving, but everything else, including your body, is moving.
Yes, you will recognize the movement. You are not moving.
Yes,
From one room to another room, there is no movement.
correct.
But everything else moves along with you, including you. That you
Yes,
who is inside, that is the mind. You are able to
yes,
recognize that movement.
yes,
And then only you will see what is stable and what is moving.
correct. So it just, how do you say? It just happened. See, it's not that you try. Maybe I was trying for some time and it happened. I don't
Correct.
know.
I don't know about Padma Shri, whether she can try this out, because unless we get into this, it's not possible. No matter how much we talk on theory or explanation, examples, illustrations, and all that. This is something what has to be tried when you are sitting, when you are standing, when you are looking at your laptop, or when you are uh, blinking your eyes, when you're hearing sounds, when you're tasting, when you're touching, when you're smelling, or when you're walking, when you're lying down, when you're sitting, and when you're in the car or moving or wherever, whatever, or from going from room to room. This is the exercise. It's a 18 hours exercise basically. Every posture, including going to the restroom. If you can stay in that even for a day, that's all. You are changed.
I'm able to sit and think. I am able to do it, but not in the all the 18 hours. That awareness is not there. Meaning the fact that I have to do it for the 18 hours is not there on the priority in my mind. So there's so many things which occupy the mind that it is not on the. That is not the first thing in the mind. Meaning when I'm talking now, already I should feel that. But no, I'm not feeling. But if I'm sitting and thinking and then not doing anything and then concentrating only on that, yes, it is possible to feel that gap. But
Okay. But basically that,
otherwise, no. It is a few seconds in the span of 24 hours is what I can say.
Okay, so that is what is the practice. Then only you can see a lot of things happening that changes your whole dimension of the reality. So he says that um, he says that I'm there in everything, but I don't get moved, meaning it's there. So neither it is born and it has got anything to do with beginning. There's nothing like that. And that person is liberated from all sins. So what it really means here is a very subtle message that even if you are sinful today, you will not face anything at all, because mind doesn't exist. So while I'm driving yesterday, first and foremost, I did not take my car. So then going 20 kilometers from my home on outer ring road. So somebody would have got concerned, but it was so fun riding. I did not go at above 40, or sometime it was going to 50, but then that's it. But I was enjoying the whole moment of everything. But the internal eye is unmoved. So that is fixed. Everything is moving. And when I do the breath meditation, the breath is moving, but I am not. This thing what I keep on watching. And I feel so compassionate to the breath that this poor fellow, not knowing, is moving. Even now as I speak. So if I could watch the breath. So for people, what I say is that you start counting the breath and out breath, so that you get into that trance sometime. But let us say if they are able to get that, it will be so beneficial, because then you can literally see breath is something and the real you is something else. Now the fear goes away because you are literally saved from the breath. If you become the breath, there is insecurity, there is instability. But if you become the consciousness, then the breath is there due to consciousness, not due to you or due to me. And that is what is the knowing the reality. So now he comes into the fourth verse of what all he creates. So he says that buddhihi jnanam asammohaha kshamaha satyam damaha shamaha sukham dukkham bhavaha abhavaha bhayam cha abhayam eva. So now he says that what all I can create. I can create intellect, I can create wisdom, I can create of absence of that, this delusion, absence of delusion, forgiveness, truth, self-restraint, calmness, happiness, pain, existence, non-existence, fear, and also fearlessness. All this is created because there is consciousness. See, now the point is that if you are conscious, you can see fear. If you are fear, you can never see the fear. And fear will be an external thing, not you. But through consciousness, the fear is there. The fear is arising in the chitta, but you are beyond chitta. So you are saved. Then bhavaha, becoming something, coming into existence. Abhavaha, not becoming anything. They both are there in consciousness. Only because of consciousness you can recognize something is becoming or something is coming into existence. And same thing with sukha, dukkha, shama, dhamma, satya, all that. So if you were to put consciousness as a forerunner, then you have cured this mental malady, which thinks that it is doing all of this. Again, there is liberation for you. Then he talks about, so he gave 13 creations, and now he is taking from 14 to 20. Ahimsa, samata, tushtihi, tapaha, danam, yashaha, ayashaha, bhavanti, bhavaha, bhutanam, mattaha eva pritak vidha. Ahimsa, non-injury, samata, equanimity, tushtihi, contentment, tapaha, austerity, dhanam, donation or beneficence, yashaha, fame, ayashaha, non-fame, bhavanti, all these, bhavaha, bhutanam, different qualities in beings, mattaha eva pritak vidaha. They arise from me alone, me in the sense, my consciousness alone, the universal consciousness alone. They don't come, nothing comes outside of that. The buddhi which is coming is coming based upon the punya and the papa what one has taken. Irrespective of that, energizing is done by the consciousness. So if a dumb fellow is there and the most intelligent fellow is there, dumbness and intelligence are recognized because of consciousness. There is no thing called as dumb and intelligent in consciousness. But dumbness and intelligence is there in Prakriti, nature. It powers both. One who sees another person as dumb is as dumb as a person who is dumb, because he is seeing from the mind. If he sees it from consciousness, that person's knowledge changes into wisdom. The wisdom here is, he is dumb and the other person is intelligent, not because there is some additional value what has been given to that person. It is because that punya phala is like that. So if somebody is healthy and another person is unhealthy, it doesn't mean that due to eating a lot of good things this person became healthy, and due to eating a lot of bad things that person became unhealthy. It's not true. And we'll come to know why it is not true. Because he says, in stomach, the Jataragni is myself. So irrespective of what food is given, it knows how to digest. So if we were to come to a state of saying that, oh, he is eating that food and that's the reason he fell sick, and he is eating this food and that's the reason he is not falling sick, it's again dumbness. In reality, it's the karma at play. So a person who is consistently drinking and smoking and doing all kind of nonsense might not fall sick. Just like if you look at the Paurakarmikas today, who are cleaning the streets and they don't have a good mask and they don't have PPE kit or anything like that, and they are supposed to come to work every day for their living, and there are so many Paurakarmikas near my home, and none of them are sick today, even though they are carrying all these corona related things which they collect. If somebody has got corona and is in a 14-day quarantine, the paper plates and this and that and the food articles and then the syringes and medicine, all that is carried by them. And nothing happens to them because I'm able to see them every day here. So it is nothing to do with by doing this one falls sick and by doing that another becomes healthy. If karma good karma, what they have, exhausts. No matter what, whether it is Paurakarmikas or is a rich person or a poor person or a middle class person or this person, that person, it is going to affect. So, all these different states, the adhyatmic creations, are there in consciousness. It has got nothing to do with what one has and one doesn't have. Now he comes to Adi Daivik and Adi Bhautik creations. So we covered Adhyatmic of 20, 1 to 20. Now we are coming into Adi Daivik and Adi Bhautik creations. So Maharshayaha Sapta Purve Chatvaraha Manavaha Tatha Madbhav Manasaha Jata Esham Loke Imaha Prajaha. The 7 great rishis, that is Marichi, Vasishta, Angerasa, Atri, Pulastya, Kratu, and Brigu. And there are 4 sages, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatakumara, and Sanatana. The Manus, who are also well known, are Savarnas, Savarni, Dharma Savarni, Daksha Savarni, and Savarna. So these are the people. And they all were created from the mind of that Hiranyagarbha, which is the consciousness. And then Madbhava Manasaha Jata Esham Loke Imaha Prajaha. And all the rest of the mind-born creation arises from these beings. So, the first creation between Prakriti and Purusha, why it happened, nobody knows. But from then, we know, just like the Big Bang theory. We don't know why Big Bang happened, but we know after Big Bang what happened. So same thing is working here. Now he comes to the power, what the consciousness have. Now we are coming to the Vibhuti, is that how it gets spread out into everything it can do. So it has a lot of things to take it from there, meaning to say that there is nothing in this universe which is not created out of the Vibhuti. So he says that Etam Vibhutim Yogam Cha Mama Yo Veti Tattvataha Saha Avikampena Yogena Yujyate Na Atra Samshayaha. So this manifestation of my being there and the power of yoga of mind, he who knows them in truth, Saha Avikampena Yogena, that is unflinching yoga, Yujyate na atra samshayaha, so he becomes established and there is no doubt on that. So first and foremost, to work on ourselves is to make the consciousness shine through intellect, through the subtle intellect. That's a practice. That is the awareness what we need to bring in. And when we say awareness, it is conscious awareness. Supposing if I am doing an alt tab and going to another screen, I am aware of that, meaning through consciousness I'm watching it. That is totally different than mind doing it. This is the thing what we need to really learn. So we will do the 8th verse and close. It's already 9:30 almost. So we'll do that and continue tomorrow. So then he says that why it is like that. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddhaha bhava samanvitaha. Prabhava is effect. Prabha is light. Prabhavaha is the source. It's like light shining on everything. And this is the exercise what I had asked to do. Think yourself as a light in the room. When you switch on the light, it doesn't categorize anything, meaning it doesn't do nama and rupa basically. It doesn't care about table and chair and the sofa and the bed and cloth on top of that, some cupboards and all that. These are the nama. Light has no identification. If we can do that, prabhavaha, mat sarvam pravartate, and due to that light everything functions or evolves. Iti matva bhajante mam. Understanding this, they worship me. Me in the sense that light. Buddhaha bhava samanvitaha. Those who are wise, they do it with ultimate devotion. Because without that consciousness, nothing can exist. So with this verse, I want to end it here because then you can think about practicing this. The reason I'm telling you is that mind believes in continuation. It doesn't recognize that the consciousness should be there for continuance. If we can put consciousness here, continuation is stopped. Just think it over how you want to do it. Because this is especially the 10th chapter and 11th chapter. 11th chapter is the Virat Rupa, what we are going to see. So in that, we can see how everything gets manifested and how they get destroyed. So in order to understand the 11th chapter, 10th chapter is more beneficial, and that too as an experiential reality rather than the theoretical. So the thing to be practiced is that visualize yourself as a light in the room, not getting attached to any items over there. Can you stay that for the whole day in whatever activities you are doing? That creates awareness. Then the next 9th verse becomes very easy to understand. Otherwise, tomorrow when we start with this, we'll get stuck. Because now he removes the mind from consciousness, from the 9th verse. Any questions? Otherwise, we'll meet tomorrow.
No questions from my side.
Okay.
Nothing from my end too.
Nothing from your end. Okay. Then let's meet tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you then. Yeah, bye.
But is not coming in.
But should be back. I think should have been back today, but I think he's back tomorrow. I don't know when is he back.
Today evening he'll be back, so I think tomorrow onwards he will join.
Okay, he's gone to his native, is it?
He has gone for attending some wedding in Kasaragod.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye.
you.